They're doing great. What they do great. They do like Arteta used to learn from Guardiola, being good for 70 yards, struggling in the last 30 yards, to finish an action and to even shoot at goals. But they did the job today. They did what they had to do. They were strong. I think Partey is a big part of the success today. I mean, he's a fantastic midfielder with Elneny in the middle of the park working hard, both of them. And they had a lucky penalty, but they deserve to win today because they had more chances than Manchester United. But still, I used to know the Gunners. I used to play against them, and after I saw them, being invincible, I saw them being so strong. And for most of the teams, the level have dropped, dramatically. So maybe we have to recount, the players and make sure that we don't name them stars if they're not.
As Frank said, obviously there are factors, no pre-season, playing a European match every week now. There isn't that sort of break, that possibility to rest. But you still expect... These are some of the best players in the world, and we're not seeing that sort of quality at all. Partey was the only one who seemed to have any sort of life about him today.
Right. And let's not forget what kind of player he is. He is energy, he's tackling, he's winning balls. But all of a sudden, we look at Thomas Partey, and he's actually distributing the play. And that is not really what has made him the player that he is. But as compared to everybody else, because he looks lively, because he looks dynamic, because he looks interested to play, he looks like a world beater. As good a player as he is for Arsenal, I don't think that Thomas Partey, when you watch the talent on the field, should be the guy that you say, you know what, that is the best player out there. Well, that's the case today. What I would say in particular about Manchester United is, it's a talented, average team. An average team that can look good because those talented players can have one night in which they all sort of come together and everybody's playing well and full of confidence, and you look at them and they can beat a team like Leipzig 5-0 last they did in the midweek. But because they are average in nature, they come back to the group. They come back to the crowd. And all of a sudden, you cannot maintain momentum. You cannot withstand the ability and the expectations of people. Because you win against Leipzig 5-0 and everybody says, hey, they're back. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a tactical genius. He knows what he's doing. All problems have been solved. And then you watch them play today and you say, man, this team is some kind of bad. And that's sort of what we've seen from Manchester United. They look horrendous. They look better. And because they look better, we're ready to crown them. And then they look awful again, and they're awful again. And so it's just difficult to try to measure a team that simply is average. And average will tell you that sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, and in the end, they'll end up somewhere mid-table unless they get themselves right.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.